Virginia Springs, what is going on? The Pool Boys are back from Phoenix in championship weekend, and my goodness, there's a lot to talk about. We will be crowning a champion in your pool. There was a champion crowned in March Madness, so let's see what happened.
Diarra, swing it, Castle, can't hit the three. Offensive rebound, put back, it goes. Open look, Lawyer, and Rathfield, on coronation. The Huskies make history, back-to-back national champions.
The clock struck midnight for both Cinderella teams in the Final Four as NC State went down to Purdue and Alabama lost to UConn in some epic Final Four matchups. And that set the stage for a giant of a matchup. I mean, actual giant. 7'4" Zach Edey for Purdue versus 7'2" Donovan Clingan for UConn. What a game it was. UConn proved to be unstoppable, and they cut down the nets, back-to-back champions.
Back-to-back repeats. And we would be remiss if we did not also mention the women's Final Four, because that was spectacular in its own right. You had Iowa, you had UConn, you had South Carolina and NC State. Crazy enough, 2 repeat of the men's Final Four with NC State and UConn. Crazy to see that. Some of the best ratings we've seen in years. Caitlin Clark, the GOAT of her time, but too much South Carolina action, so the Gamecocks take the championship on the women's side. Great Final Four, awesome to see. Some of the best viewership in history.
All right, enough about the actual tournament. It's time to get to what everyone is waiting for, your top 3 in this pool. But before we highlight those top 3 finishers, we're going to take a moment to talk about some of the folks and the brackets that we lost along the way.
First up, John Adams from CoreCivic. You know, you are our second U.S. president. We expected high things, a founding father. But you only get one Final Four team correct, and UNC is your champion. If you'd picked the Wolfpack, the other NC school, you might have done a little bit better. You know what? Maybe just threw back a couple too many John Adams. Gone, but not forgotten.
John Adams?
John?
What? John Adams? I know him.
Kim Bottoms. Kind of ended up at the bottom of the pool.
Too easy.
That was low-hanging fruit. Easy pun.
Too easy.
Had some good picks, but only one Final Four. Creighton as your champion. Couldn't get it done. Gone too soon.
Not Kim Possible. Kim Bottoms.
Can't stop me 'cause I'm Kim Possible.
And then finally, Ryan King of Highwoods. The king of Highwoods, of property management. You know, we thought you were going to be the king of this bracket. But when you get 2 Elite 8 teams correct, which means basically you ended up with 0 Final Four teams, you're not the king. Just ask LeBron. He would have shot 2 for 8. That's right, I'm a LeBron hater. Not the king, Ryan. But we'll miss you.
Gone too soon. All right, guys, let's pep it up a little bit in this pool. It is time to finally reveal your top 3, and we're going to start with 3rd place in this pool. 3rd place is going to James Reed of course.
Yes!
He's in building 129 points. Let's go, James Reed. He had UConn and Purdue in the Final Four. Almost a perfect Midwest region. He only had Creighton beating Tennessee in that Elite 8, Sweet 16 Elite 8 matchup there. If he'd gotten that game right, in a perfect region in the Midwest, crushing it. Great job, James Reed.
Way to start us off, James, getting that bronze medal. All right, then coming in second, just missing number 1, we had BSC 123 Richard Jack of Bailey and Company. Congratulations from Building 2 of Virginia Springs. You ended up with 132 points. What got you there? You had UConn and Purdue in the championship game, which is going to get you a lot of points. Also, some of your best picks, or one of your best early round picks with some upsets, you had Oregon over South Carolina. Gotta love picking that 11 seed to upset that 6. And you had the Ducks going. So well done. You earned that 2nd place. Don't be upset with silver. You just polish that baby, show it off to everybody.
Well done. And it's time to reveal your Virginia Springs champion, the winner of the entire bracket.
Goodness.
1st place. My Mike's awesome bracket.
It was awesome.
Oh, Mike Wood of Core Civic, Building 1, 140 points. He had UConn winning. He had UConn beating Purdue in the championship. Called it. He had an almost perfect Midwest region as well. The only loss he had was Colorado State over Texas in that first round 10-7 matchup. He picked Grand Canyon to upset St. Mary's. This guy crushed it. Mike's awesome bracket was indeed awesome, and he is your inaugural champion.
Everything is awesome. So congratulations to Mike of Core Civic. So now that we have crowned our top 3, it is time to take a look at our final leaderboards. And as our final reminder, we will check your buildings top 5 first, and then we will go check the overall as well. So coming in with Virginia Springs 1, we have Emmett from the Lego Movie himself. Mike's Everything is Awesome bracket, finishing with 140 points. Coming in second, tied for second, coming in second, we had James Reed from Core Civic, followed by T. Kess of Team CRCC, followed by Stacy D of Core Civic, and then of course L. Garcia, also of Core Civic. Then moving over to Virginia Springs 2, we have BSC 123 of Bailey & Co., followed by Bates Ben of BNCO. Third, we got Holden of Silicon Ledger. Fourth with Roadkill 66, Oakworth Capital Bank. And then fifth was Nick of Patton Logistics. Now it's time to shift to our overall leaderboard, and we can see which building was kind of reigning supreme. And once again, Mike's awesome bracket from Building 1 was first. BSC 123, Building 2 was second. Third, James Reed, Building 1. 4, T. Kess, Building 1. 5, Stacy D from Building 1. Also tied for fifth was Bates Ben in Building 2. Tied for seventh, we had El Garcia in Building 1, and Lolo is Queen, love that, Building 1. In ninth, we had Michael West from Building 1, and then in 10th, we had Rich Guerrero Jr. of Building 1. Only if Purdue had won, you might be our champion, but we'll never know. Sorry to the Boilermakers. All right, but now it is time for the ultimate bragging rights, because we love some friendly competition between these two buildings. So we tallied up all the results, looked at all the numbers, and found a general average for each building. So, Virginia Springs Building 1, your average points scored through everybody's entry was 74.16 points. That's a good number. I know it seems low, but keep in mind, it was from the top to the bottom. All right, but will Building 2 be able to surpass that number? Let's find out right now. So Building 2, your average points was 71.86 points. So that means Building 1 had the higher average. Congratulations, Virginia Springs Building 1. You have the ultimate bragging rights of building versus building.
Well done indeed. All right, we are going to cut away briefly for a special message from the folks at Highwoods.
Hey, I'm Alec Chambers, National Market Leader for Highwoods. I hope everybody enjoyed playing this year's tournament with the Pool Boys. I'd like to congratulate our overall winner Mike, and our second and third place winners Richard and James. I'm proud to say our own Director of Asset Management, who asked me not to say her name, pulled the last place spot. Thanks for playing. Just like Purdue.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Chambers. I absolutely know he could have made that shot behind his back. He wanted to make a point about Purdue missing shots, obviously, but 9 times out of 10 he makes that. Just saying. We do have a few other special shout outs we want to give, and these are special thanks to some people that made this thing possible for you. We hope that if you see them around the buildings as well, you will give them a thanks and tell them how much you enjoyed the tournament here. Diane Borgeson with Highwoods, thank you so much for taking a shot on this thing. She had the vision that this building would be a great fit for our tournament experience, and she partnered with Art Darden, who looks like Brad Pitt in real life. That's him. That's actually him on the red carpet somewhere. Art is your property manager. You know him well. And then, of course, Ryan King, who oversees property management in the entire market here. Thank you guys all so much. You were there helping me get people signed up in the building lobbies. We had a great time. Hope you guys had an incredible experience.
It was lively. I saw the video. Spectacular. So Virginia Springs, that is it. March Madness is complete. Kind of sad, but also kind of exciting, as we are now able to crown our champions within your pool. We had so much fun going through everyone's brackets, seeing all the picks, coming up with the fun awards, talking some trash and everything in between, and we hope you guys did too. So for one final time, the Pool Boys are out.
One shining moment, it's all on the line. One shining